Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Ivan. Ivan is from Italy, but he lives in London, in the UK. So let's see what Ivan has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hello, mate.
Hello, Ivan. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can.
Oh, wonderful.
I like your t-shirt. Wow.
Thank you. I thought I'd go for a nice summery something, you know?
So tell me, before we start, actually, am I saying your name right? Ivan?
Ivan,
Ivan, okay. So tell me, where are you from, Ivan?
I'm from Italy,
Oh, where's about?
just outside Milan. That's
Okay.
the closest, biggest city that I can think of.
And
It's on town.
I believe you are living in London right now.
I am, yeah. So we're neighbors, aren't we? Well,
Yeah, where is in London do you live? Which area?
so East London, not too
Okay.
far from where Stratford is. How about you?
Yeah, I live in South London, near Brixton.
Oh,
So
okay, cool.
I used to live actually in East London before, like for a few years. Yeah, when I arrived in London, I was living in East London, near Poplar, near Canada Wharf.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
And why the move from Italy to London?
Uh, uh, it was for my dad's job actually. So he works as a geologist, and so he got offered a job opportunity in Norway,
Mm-hmm.
and he decided to take it. So he just took us, all my family, just took us up. I was about 12 and a half, and then we just moved to Norway, and I lived there. We ended up living there for 6.5 years.
Uh-huh.
We lived a little bit in Egypt, but then I moved to England right away to start uni and everything.
I see. And what do you do for work, for living?
I'm an actor.
Wow. So walk me through a little bit about your career.
Oof. I think I did my first play was probably, must have been about like 10 or something. It was like in some public library in my hometown. I was playing Pinocchio. It was my school's production of Pinocchio. And I don't know, I just always really liked it. And then when I was in school, we didn't have many opportunities in Italy, sort of through the school to do it and pursue it. But once I moved to Norway, it was a pretty nice school where we went to Norway. And all of a sudden, I was going around like, oh my God, this is so cool. And they had like a whole drama thing, so I got involved because I've always liked, I've always been loud. I've always been sort of extroverted. I've always liked acting. And then, so I started by doing plays with the school and so on. And then slowly I just kind of thought, damn, man, this might be something that I actually really want to do.
See?
And so I just kind of, I decided to give it a shot, really. So I came to England to study drama, and then I did my master's in acting in a drama school. And then since then, I've been sort of doing it professionally, and because it's, it's tough, so it doesn't always pay the bills. Or almost never. So I work as a bar manager for catering companies as well.
I see. And all your family, they are still back in Norway? Your
Yes,
parents?
so my mom and dad and one of my brothers are still back in Norway. The other one is gone back to Italy since then. So we're spread a bit all over, but it's not too far. I mean, I get to still talk to them quite a lot, and I get to see them a fair amount, which is good.
I see. Amazing. Okay, so for the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your career and your joys in life, okay?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
I'm really excited. It's great meeting you. This is going to be fun. I was looking forward to it.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So this is my best friend, okay? For the fun questions, I'm just going to play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Sweet.
Let's do it. Hey, Ivan, before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Perfect.
Cheers.
Cheers.
First question for you is, what do you think are the best traits for a person to have?
Best traits for a person to have. Interesting. Oh, one of the things that always attracts me to people is humor. That's me, like a personal choice.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I was to go somewhere a bit more broadly, I would say just the ability to consider the consequences of your action and the ability to consider other people's feelings as well. I think that's quite a good quality to have. I mean, if you keep that in the back of your mind, very rarely are you going to go out of your way to hurt somebody. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
You'd also be able to, well, I can see how this person is going to feel. So you express yourself in a way that doesn't necessarily hurt them or antagonizes them and so on. I think that's an important quality to have. But yeah, and me personally, I just like a good sense of humor. I like to laugh,
It's so true. I think having someone around you that makes you laugh or makes you, smile somehow and take things not so serious, I think is a plus. It's a good plus.
Yeah, definitely.
And you just attract people around you as well. People like to be around funny people or people there, I think it's...
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Next question. Let's do it. Oh, look at you. Getting the mood. Next question is, what was your best friend's name growing up? And why did you consider this person as your best friend at the time?
I would say, as I was growing up, so when I was a kid and I was back in Italy, I would say it was this guy called Alessandro. I would call him Ayo for short. I mean, our family were really close. So it was him and this other guy called Giovanni that were really, really close because our family were really close. So our moms and dads, they knew each other before we were even born. So by the time we were born, they were already hanging out with each other.
Wow.
And we got to spend a lot of time together and we grew up together, So when we'd go out, we'd go to the park, we'd play, and it was fun. I'd say, just because we were spending so much time together, even outside of school, and I guess with each other, I think it was an important relationship with, especially them too, just because, when you're growing up, you start questioning stuff around you, you start questioning your life, not necessarily where you fit in, but I just remember being able to be open with both of them and just having a lot of fun with them. We just go out, we play football, we play whatever at the park and just hang out at family occasions and so on and so forth. So yeah, I would say them two. And I'm lucky enough that I'm still in touch with them. One of them is back in Italy. And he's still there. So every time I go back, I make an effort to see him. And the other one is now since moved to the States. He lives in LA, which was, he's gone on this massive, crazy trajectory, which is great. But when I was in San Francisco not too long ago for last year for a premiere of the a film that I'm in From the Side.
Wow.
On Netflix in the UK, so people will go check it out. And I was in San Francisco, so I was like, well, screw it, I'll try it. So I hit up my friend Giovanni and I was like, hey man, do you want to hang out and do you want to come and see it? So he hopped on a plane, came and saw it, and I hadn't seen him in 8 years.
Wow.
And it was like, I think it's one of those friendships where it's like no time's ever passed. I hadn't seen him in person in 8 years, and just seeing him again, it was just amazing. It was great. We had a great time. So them two I would consider my best friends.
Guess what? I'll tell you something. The creator of the movie Inside. No,
you've met him, haven't you? You've done an interview with him.
Interview, yeah, Matt. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, because
Wow.
I spoke to him because obviously I saw you, and I was like, oh, this guy, like, how was it? Like, did you enjoy it? I asked him, and he absolutely loved doing the interview with you. So I was like,
Amazing.
it's really really fun. So I was like, I'm really excited to do this.
Amazing. Okay, next question. Do it. Hey, next question is, what's the biggest risk have you ever taken?
Ooh, huh? I don't know. I'd say, like, looking back on it now, I'd say probably the biggest risk that sort of I've been part of was the whole move from when I moved from Norway to Italy. Sorry, the other way around, from Italy to Norway. I'm really tired. I've been rehearsing the whole day because I've got a play coming up next week, which I'm super excited about. Lady Inger on show at the Space Theatre. If you want to come and watch, I'm going to see you in person.
I would love to go, please. After, send me details when it's gonna come out. I'd love to come and see it
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
it'd be amazing. Then we can hang out in person. I'll buy you a drink.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But yeah, the move from Italy to Norway, that I think, I mean, from my parents' perspective, that was gutsy because it was, you know, you're just uprooting an entire family, and then you're sort of all blind. I mean, me and my brothers couldn't speak English. My parents could barely speak English, so let alone Norwegian. So it was a bit. I mean, it's a big step to take, and I'm so grateful that they did. And I think probably, I mean, I never thought about it in this terms, but for me, probably, I mean, the actually leaving Norway in the safety of my family, and then coming here in London to a country I've never been to pursue a career that's objectively ridiculous, because it's so hard and to get into. I think that's probably the biggest risk I've taken. Huh. Yeah, I
Amazing.
thought about it that way, but yeah, I think it is.
Very good, very good. I think you're saying now about experience living in Norway and after move to London. And at the end of the day, I think that's it's a privilege for you to be able to go through those experiences. You know what I mean? That you just gained doing it, living. I know it's not easy. I believe you go through language barriers. You're growing up. You're kind of making friends, and suddenly you just move to another country where people are different. And but at the end of the day, I think those events is just contribute for our growing our personal life. I think it's a gift. It's a privilege, I believe.
I
Not
agree.
easy.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Sometimes it's really scary, but it's
Yeah,
good to take that leap of faith, isn't it? It's a big learning curve.
absolutely. Next question. Let's do it. Look at you. I don't know. Can you hear the rain outside?
I saw it earlier, but I can't hear it. No, it's quite nice here, actually. Is it raining where you are?
Oh my God, it's really raining like very heavily right
Are you
now.
serious? Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, it's sunny here. I mean, sunny. There's a bit of clouds, but I can see the sky and everything.
it's getting to you. It's flying back to your direction now.
I hope not. This is nice. Although it is really hot, isn't it? So
Yeah,
it might be
but
nice.
it's good. I like this rain. It reminds me of Brazil because summertime it rains a lot, and this rain is such lovely, like nice that it reminds me of Brazil.
It's that summer rain that you don't really get.
Summer rain, yeah. And they smell, not here, but back in Brazil, it's a reminder of my childhood. They smell of the rain. With,
Same. Yeah, when it's really warm and then the rain starts arriving, and you can smell sometimes even before it arrives.
Absolutely.
Like, oh yeah. It reminds me of my child. It reminds me of summers when we went with the family by the sea when I was a kid. It was really nice memories.
Ivan, before the next question, tell me what do you like the most about acting? What's the best part of it? And the flip side, what do you find most challenging?
I'd say I enjoy finding and bringing what I consider to be the truth out within a character. So changing words on a page or an idea on a page into something that's tangible, that you can see, that you can relate to. Finding those feelings that your character goes through those emotions, those moments where you, I don't know, it can even be something small, you know, just a thought, and you know, your character, you stroke your beard as you're saying your lines, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, that felt really real. And finding those emotions whilst you're speaking, I think that's when you can feel it land. You know it lands. You don't need to ask people. You know it does. I think that's one of my favorite things. I really like those moments, and you know, they're not every time you step on stage. It's like, oh, it must feel like this, or it always feel like this. It's not. You have some moments where you have that, and one time it's in this part of the script, another time in this part of the play or the film or whatever you're doing, and those are exciting moments. The actual art of it. Conversely, what I don't like about it is the business side of it.
Right.
So, you know, having to email agents and, you know, asking for when you need to ask for a new agent, and you need to ask people, come see my show, come and do this. Oh, I'd love to meet you. Or asking casting directors to come and see it. Or if you're trying to put on a play, having to, you know, or a show, whatever, having to ask for money and send the emails. That's it. I find it, you know, I know it's important, but I find it so boring. And it's just not like, I appreciate it, and I appreciate the hard work and the craft that goes in it. It really become natural to me. So when I have to sit down, write emails and stuff, after about 5 emails, I'm like, fucking or, you know, let me here. Can't do it.
I think acting, you want to be on stage, you just want to be doing your art. I think that's the when you find yourself.
Yeah, of course. And you know, sometimes I do appreciate it's a craft, like the craft that goes into getting people, you know, you have to be smart about it, and you have to be diplomatic, you have to be shrewd and clever. And I appreciate it, but I think what it is that it doesn't come as natural to me. I think that's what it is. I don't want to crap on it, you know, because it's really impressive, and when people do it right, it's amazing. The producer I'm working with right now is absolutely amazing, and the way he does it, I'm like, would you find time, the will, the whatever, you know? I can't, I really struggle with it. So I'd say that's probably my least favorite part, the bureaucracy of it.
Okay. Next question is, what are 3 fun facts about yourself?
3 fun facts about myself. I can't stretch my arm fully. Like, this is as far as it goes. I can try.
Why is that?
I've had it since birth. So I think the story goes that when I was born, I got pulled out from my arm, and it basically just up everything. I think my bones broke. It was a whole mess. And the doctors didn't tell my parents. So, you know, they were just, you know, sweetingly coming up to me and like watching me in the crib, and, you know, I was crying. I was just moving one arm, and eventually my mom and dad just went to the doctors, and they're like, why is our baby? and they told them, and since then, you know, I've recovered the use of my arm. I've had physiotherapy for like the first 12 years of my life, and I'm gonna have an operation on it soon, actually. Just because I think it got dislocated or whatever. But normally it doesn't hurt, and it just, for most of my life, it's just been this. But you know, mostly people don't notice it. So yeah. What else? 3. Oh my god, it's hard. Why is it so hard? do one with me. What's a fun fact about you?
A fun fact about myself, growing up as a teenager, I was playing professional volleyball for a few years. I started playing when I was 11 years old, 12, and I stopped when I was 18 because, you know, I didn't want to follow a career in volleyball, and I was literally through my teenagerhood, like from 11 until 18, I was playing almost every single day, and I loved it. It was amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome. I really like sports as well. I've always tried to be active. Yes. fun fact about me. I played basketball, football, volleyball. I love volleyball.
In Italy as well, volleyball is quite big, like Brazil. Volleyball, the best of the world, they're Italian, you know?
Yeah, I think I've
Yeah.
never done it. No, I've never done it as seriously as you have. The one that I followed more seriously has been football, because I used to do it at uni.
Yeah.
I was in the uni team and everything. And basketball when I was at school, I really enjoyed that. And now a lot, because I've had some troubles with my knee, and I found, I don't know, man, in London it's hard to like get people together and just go, you know. When I was at home, you'd call up the friends and you're like, you know, let's go play football. 5 minutes, you're in the park and you can play football. You can't really do that in London. You always have to travel and fucking spend a lot of money. So it became a little bit more difficult, but I started doing boxing, which I really, really enjoy. So yeah, that's good. And that's always fun. And a third fun fact about me is I like singing, and I've done so. I'm gonna say professionally in terms of like, because I've done some musical that I got paid for and whatever. So I wouldn't consider myself a professional singer by any stretch of the imagination, but I've gotten paid to sing on stage. And I've always liked singing, and I've done a few musicals during my time, and I did musical ones during school. It was a production of Grease, and that was one of my parts was the angel that comes down, you know, the one all dressed in white, is beauty school dropout, right? and 2 out of 3 nights that we did the show, I completely forgot the words to the song. I knew them, and I've done it. I did it loads of times during rehearsal. But I came out and I had all these girls next to me. There must have been like 10, 15 girls like dancing behind me, doing like all of this, like with all the silvery skirts and everything. And I just, you know, beauty school dropout. And then and I mumbled, I promise you, I mumbled 2 out of 3 nights. I mumbled through at least half of the song.
Wow.
The night I went out and I cried. I cried on my mate's. It's like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I can't do this. And then my mom, that night, she was just like, oh, you can do this. She's proper supporting and stuff. So then, you know, I went out and I smashed it on the 3rd night. But yeah, that was learning curve. Yeah. So, I like singing. That's another.
There we go. 3 questions left. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Next question is, what was the biggest punishment have you ever received?
The biggest punishment I've ever received? I don't know. I think, I don't know why, but one of the things that came straight into my mind was, well, there were 2 really, and it was when I was growing up and I was in Norway. And I remember I was trying to scare one of my brothers. We had some friends over. In fact, my friend Giovanni that I was talking about earlier, he was over in Norway. It's always a big deal because they never came. And I was trying to piss off my brother, more like scare him. And I hid in the wardrobe. My brother knew I was hiding somewhere. And he ran down the hallway, right past the wardrobe. And I sort of jumped out the wardrobe to scare him. But the way I timed it is like I did it maybe a little bit too early. So I went out, the door flew open, and he just went and smacked straight into the door.
Oh my God.
It was hilarious. But when my mom found out, she was just like, oh no, and everybody was going to go out on a nice walk and it was going to be great. And she grounded, she told me to like, just stay in. And there was this cute girl that was part of a sort of group that I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna, you know, go see where that's going and whatever. But yeah, I had to just stay by myself in the house. I'm sure I've had worse punishments than that. Like, I'm sure I have. I just, for some reason, that one just stuck in my head.
And your family always supported you your acting career? They always support your career?
I've been incredibly lucky with my mom and dad. In fact, all my family, they've been always very, very supportive. I mean,
Mhm.
even just as an 18-year-old to have your son going, hey, I'm going to go to another country now to be an actor. And they're like, okay.
Wow.
Always really believed in me and are really supportive, even now, because it's not easy. And so to have them to have my back and push me on has always been really, like, I don't take it for granted. It's because I'm sure every actor does, but I mean, every week I ask myself, what the fuck am I doing with my life? And even to have sometimes during the dark moments and the moments where I'm like, this is not, like, to have my mom or my dad just tell me, keep pushing me, because they just want to see me be happy, and I think that's amazing. They're realistic about it, so they're supportive, and so they're like, if when it's time and like you feel like it's time, by all means go make money. But yeah, no, I don't take it for granted. They have always been there for me.
Amazing. 2 questions left. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Next question is, what makes you feel discouraged?
What makes me feel discouraged? I would say, I think sometimes just piling pressure, which I found throughout my life comes from, a place of tiredness, a place of change within you, change outside of you. When sort of these big changes come and meet each other, a lot of times you feel overwhelmed. And a lot of times you find discouragement in things that you didn't find discouragement before. I mean, I don't know about you, but I go through moments where I walk about the streets of London and I can't stay here anymore. Too much. It's too much. Too many people. Everything costs too much. It's really just overwhelming. I think I would say that's one of the things that discourages me the most. And sometimes I just think, you read the newspaper and you just see just the way people behave with each other. You read about some guy killing kids or something, or countries going to war with each other. And I do sometimes just feel really discouraged by it, which is, first thing you do, you go on the tube, you grab the metro, the paper, you start scrolling through, you come out the tube, you're depressed. That discourages me when it's just, why? Why? Just try, like we were saying earlier, try to see the result of your actions, try to see how your actions impact other people, and maybe find like a common ground. And when people don't find it, I think it is discouraging, because there's loads of pain and a lot of times death that you're like, this is not needed, Well, I think
sometimes those things can give big impacts in our lives, because we live in a place where a lot of things are happening at the same time. And as you said, sometimes seeing the news or watching things that you go like, my God, why this is happening, or why I'm it can be a bit sad in a way, to put ourselves, as you said, asking yourself what I'm doing here, why I'm somehow part, or going through those situations that maybe I would feel more relaxed or different in another place. I understand.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's the idea that, like, I just ask myself, can it be helped? Like, are human beings ever going to be able to not fuck up? I mean, I suppose everybody fucks up, and that's okay. But I always find that like this, every story that you hear going wrong or anything, there's always something that goes wrong. There's always one person that acts selfishly. Always one person. Like every show that you watch, there's always that one person that's like for everyone else, and I'm like, come on.
Okay. Last question. Let's do it. Last question.
Passion, emotional. Woo!
Before the last question, let's do a game now. Let's pretend you have the biggest budget in the whole world where you can pay you're gonna put together like a play or a scene or a movie that you can pay any actor in the world to be your mom, any actor in the world to be your dad, any person, any actor to play your romantic partner, and at the same time as well, you can pay any director to put all together. Who those people would be?
God. So much thinking involved. Ooh. Well, the first one that comes to mind, I would say like think like I can think of my dad as like Russell Crowe, I think.
Wow, good one. Wow.
Yeah. Or Hugh Jackman.
Just one. You cannot pay both. The budget's going low.
Oh, okay. I would say probably Russell Crowe, just because some of his demeanor, and my dad's got like a big bushy white beard, and you know he's got the look. My mom. I think someone like she's got sort of like the niceness of someone like Olivia Colman.
Oh wow, I love
Olivia Colman. Has got this really like, she seems so genuine in some of, and so caring and so fun at the same time. I think she's got those qualities that my mom would have. And I think my middle brother, he's great. He looks a bit like Ashton Kutcher, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of getting Ashton Kutcher to play him. But I think because he can be a bit awkward sometimes. I can see him like, he's going to be angry at me if he hears this, but maybe someone like Michael Cera, because he's so funny and he's charming and he's great. You can't help but love him. Yeah. But it can be a bit awkward sometimes.
And your romantic partner?
My romantic partner, maybe someone like Florence Pugh. She reminds me a bit of my girlfriend, is because she's quite, my girlfriend's quite, she's really funny. She's really fun and just really like can be quite energetic, but she can be quite tough at the same time. And I can see Florence Pugh to do that. Yeah.
And the director, the big boss, organizing everything.
It'd be fun to just see the contrast of how my family is, but in a Wes Anderson movie. We're not very Wes Anderson, we're quite relaxed when he's more like really, it's got all these lines and all. I don't feel like my family's all like sort of these sort of straight lines. So it'd be interesting to just see the contrast, I think. Be fun.
Amazing. Okay. Last question is, which question you don't have an answer for?
What question don't have an answer for? Probably this one. What happens after we die?
Good one, actually.
It's always something that's really fascinated me, and at the risk of sounding a little bit morbid, I'm excited to find out.
Yeah.
This is the one thing that I know I'm going to find out inevitably.
That's for sure.
And I think, I don't know, I find that exciting, I'm in no rush to die, but I think because no one knows for certain. And I think it's interesting. I'm going to find out eventually at some point.
There we go. I was think about that the other day, actually, and I was thinking, you know what? I just hope that maybe we have the opportunity to sit down and go through all of like moments in our lives. I think that would be like a good thing to sit down with, and have the maybe the power, or maybe to have the opportunity just to go through, like just to see in a big screen, just like all your moments in life, at least some point that's somehow it left, a mark in your life. I think that would be good. Let's see if we're gonna find out that. Maybe I'm gonna meet you the other side. We're gonna go, yes, you're right. Now you know. Now we know. Okay, Ivan, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. Let's start with family.
Love.
Money.
Who cares?
One word for love.
Kinga, my girlfriend.
Ooh. Life. Sorry, what to say?
No, I said I thought I get some points.
Life.
Light.
Life.
Yeah, light.
Light. Okay, good one. One word for sex.
Sweat.
Ooh. Politics.
Shouting.
That's why you shouted now? I'm joking. Religion.
Praying.
Fear.
Shouting. No, wait, I said that before. Horror.
Okay. Friendship.
Care.
Desire.
Lust.
Regret.
Tears.
Success.
Smile.
Wish.
Like witch, like broom witch.
Wish.
Oh, wish.
Yeah.
Longing.
Okay. Happiness.
Joy.
One word for London.
Crowded.
One word for Italy.
Fun.
One word for Norway.
Breezy.
And the last one now, acting, one word.
Reality.
Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely girlfriend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, tell me the most beautiful thing about Ivan, and tell me something that he still needs to work on, to improve on. What should say?
Ooh. I'd say she probably says that I'm caring, and that I'm fun, and that we have a great time together. And if there's something that she would like me to work on, it would probably be maybe making a little bit more time for her. No, not necessarily, but listening to her more. I think that's going to be the main one.
Very good.
But like literally as in like hearing her, because sometimes she says something and I'm like, what? I don't understand.
Maybe because you're shouting too much. I'm joking.
Probably.
Let's play now, Ivan, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before you ask me the question, tell me what's your favorite Italian word?
My favorite Italian word, I would probably say is coglione. Yeah, you know, don't you? It means, well, literally translated, it means testicle, but in Italy you use it as a swear word, and you can call somebody a coglione, and that's, you know what I mean? I just love the sound of it, and it's like, he's just a dickhead, you know, coglione.
You can ask me a question now.
Well, you strike me as somebody who is like very lively and like very extroverted and just likes to spend a lot of time around people. And I presume that London gives that to you, you know, that you're surrounded by people constantly. There's constantly something to do. But I am interested as a fellow Londoner to find out if you would ever retire. Like, can you see yourself retiring and spending the rest of your life in the city?
Love the question. Love the question. Interesting. You say about being outgoing, you know, meeting people. Actually, London fits me well. I like, you know, the buzz. I like to be, in, you know, I'm an early bird. I love waking up early, going to work, and you know, do interviews, doing my things, and you know, gym, cinema. Always like being doing something. I think it brings me joy. So London is about that. London never stops. It's about that as well. But it's fun, interesting you saying that, because at the same time as well, I love spend time on my own. I love being on my own. Like literally, I need it. It's a need. It's like the balance. Yeah, I like both, and both are necessary for me. But in your question, you made me think now. I love London. I meant to be in London. You know, I find my way, my life here. But I don't think I will retire here. Yeah, I don't think so, because at the same time, I love the countryside. I love being in touch with nature. But I think I won't retire in London, but somehow I'm still going to come to London sometimes. It might go back. You know, I think the connection with London always going to be, you know, connected. But I don't think I will retire here. I don't see myself, but you never know. But I don't see myself retiring here. But I strongly believe that even though if I'll be in a quieter place, I still see myself come to see some place, maybe one of your places in the future that's going to be in West London, like there, like, you know, I'll be there for sure. So that's my answer to you. I never been asked this question, actually. Never been asked this question.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach 1,000 interviews soon, and now nobody asked me this question yet. So
wonderful! There you go.
Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy the interview?
Great time, man. Yes, thank you so much. This is awesome. This is really fun.
Thank you so much for taking the time, for being so kind, and to accept my invitation. I know you had a long day. I know you've been, you know, reversing and, you know, getting ready for your play. Let me know when it's ready, so I would like to come and see it. And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
There's something that my dad said to me once that's really stuck with me. And he said, the humble person is fully aware of their own greatness.
Wow, I love that. Beautiful.
It really stuck with me.
That's great. Wow.
So yeah, I think
good. Very good. Thanks so much, regards to your family, your girlfriends, and you keep in touch. And see you in London sometime, okay?
Thank you so much, William. Take care.
Take care. Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Bye, mate. Bye. Lovely to meet you.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.